I sat next to someone last night, and just as Jet was coming on and getting introduced, and they said, "You like Jet?" And I couldn't believe it. It's just like, it's so not about like. It is so much more than like. It's got nothing to do with like. You get that? It's about results. It's about bottom line. It's about achievements. It's about stuff that works. I mean, how often do you get to hear from the #1 income earner in the company? Get out of town. It is so beyond like. Oh man, I got to tell you, I've been listening to some of the platinums and some of the presidentials coming up here, giving glory to Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you what, I get the sense, the feeling that they don't necessarily care what you think of them or I think of them. They don't care what I think. Jet doesn't care what I think. He's getting results. It's bigger than what I think. So if you're one of those people who just didn't get inspired or touched or empowered last night from what Jet had to say, you are my people today. Let me help you. Jet talked about having a coach and a mentor. And I got myself a great coach. He mentioned his. I may as well mention mine because it seems to be, a kind of like a millionaire hint that maybe a lot of people didn't pick up on. You better get yourself a coach and a mentor to mentor you and coach you to greatness. My coach said to me, you know how Jet said, "I'm not your friend, I'm your coach"? My coach kicked me out of a seminar. Her name's Danny Johnson. We brought her to Australia. Oh my gosh. I got like 400 people in the room. And she sets a task. She says, everyone's got to go out and you've got to go for it. Just try and get as many names on a list because nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific, and documentation beats conversation. So go get some names on a list. So I was busy doing other stuff, and she said, you know what, hands up. Who went out and did it? And she says, yeah, good job, you went for it. Like the guy's going for the Costa Rica incentive in the US, you're just going for it. That is honorable. And she said, how many people did not go for it? And I put my hand up because I had to be honest. And she said, stand up if you are in my elite class. And there was me and another guy. And she looked at me, oh boy. And she said, I am not your friend. I am your coach. Get out of my seminar and don't come back until you get results. That's a coach. She kicked me out in front of 400 people. Now, I'm not going to do that to anyone today, okay? Anyway, but what I do want to do is to help you with something. And, Al's awesome. He set this up in a way where I could really help you because he didn't give me any notice about being here. And until like just a couple of days ago. So I've got nothing prepared. I've got no slides, no anything. So what I've been able to do with that gift is to sort of think about and pray about and get a sense for where you guys all are internationally and to really think about what I can bring and deliver to you today that can impact, that can make a difference. The best way that I can, tap into what I've got that can really serve you and meet you where you are today and, get you over some stuff and set you free today. So what I've got is I want to talk about the one thing that I think is the biggest thing that could set you free for such a time as this, because it is the big time. It is the big deal. It is the big stakes right now, and it is so important that you get this. And it's something that my coach said to me, the one thing stopping you from success now, and one thing she said to me years ago was this one little thing. She said, you've got to weigh your ego with your bank account and see which weighs the most. Has anyone ever heard that before? Well, what does that mean? What does ego look like? Let me tell you what it looks like, because this is so important if you're writing notes. Ego is looking good, having to look good, having to have all the answers. It's having to be right. Anyone, know what it's like to know someone who has to be right all the time? Not really a person you want to be with, you know what I mean? Some of you might know that person intimately, I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of the things what ego looks like. And let me kind of expand on that a little bit for you. In terms of having to look good, it means that, you always have to have the answers. You know what I mean? You always have to know what to say. You've got to know all the answers to all the questions. Well, what about fibromyalgia? Or, you know what I mean? So what? I don't know about fibromyalgia. All I know is that the company has a 6-month guarantee, and for any reason you're not satisfied, you get your money back. Wasn't that a cool answer? Thank you. One person likes that. And I was just thinking to myself backstage, if I could just reach the one, I just found the lady now. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mom. So good. All right, so, ego is also about, being up here is not about ego. Well, maybe for some. I hope not for me. Because I want to be more committed to your success than I am about maybe more committed to you having a laugh. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather you guys get results than you like me. I'd rather create a couple of millionaires from a 15-minute segment here and then a whole bunch of people say, oh, isn't he cute? Do you know what I mean? I'm more committed to you guys getting results. So, for such a time as this is so not about you. You are the messenger. You are not the message. It's not about you looking good. It's not about you being right. It's about you being touchable. Some people are perfectionists and they feel, how many people, and please don't put your hand up. Some people are looking for the perfect set of circumstances before they go to work. Before they get this business, they want to have all the answers to all the questions and all of that sort of stuff. Well, that's just delusion. That's like me saying, you know what, we're in Dallas and we're going to drive down to Fort Worth, but here's the deal. What we're going to do, we're going to get in our automobile, start the engine, make sure to drive on the right-hand side of the road, and then we're going to wait for all the traffic lights to go green, and then we're going to gun it. How many people know that if I said that in too many public meetings, they would eventually lock me up? They would. That's insane. But some people wait for the perfect set of circumstances and to get everything just right. It is not about getting it right. It is about stepping forward with a spirit of excellence and getting results. You are going to make a mess. That's okay. You are going to fall over. You are going to embarrass yourself. You may be on an international stage one day and say a joke that nobody gets, and that's okay. So I want you guys to just say, do you know what? This is your moment here. I am more excited in Manatech than I have ever been in the past, right now. I'm so excited. I'm not even going home to Australia. We don't quite have the $4.99 pack now, so I'm staying here for another 2.5 months because you guys got it here. And I know 2 people. I want to prove to you that you could be shot out of an airplane with a parachute, a cell phone, and a briefcase, and you could make it. Because as God is my witness, if I could make it in this business, then you could too. I get encouraged, man, when I hear some of these guys on the platinum stage. And they've got some great pearls of wisdom, but they're a motley crew. Yeah, and there's room for me. There's room for you. That even rhymes. So, maybe not in Korean. God bless you. I don't know. So I just want you to know, guys, that, oh, man, this is so cool. Our industry, we start to boom and really start to skyrocket and set people free. It's about your family today. The reason why I was successful and went presidential in 13 months was because I was going to lose my high school sweetheart. My father said to me there was no greater motivator than the winds of disaster blowing up your backside. And all that's changed in that whole equation is that it's true for your whole country. Whether you're from Australia or from America or from Germany or from Korea or Taiwan or Singapore or any other countries in South Africa. Oh my gosh, the poor guys in Zimbabwe. But wherever you're from, only the South Africans just got that. But that's okay. But you know what? It is your time. And this is such a time where you can rise up. Don't hold on to your excuses. Let go of your ego and just go forward. Just trust God for the results. That's not your deal. Your deal is not the results. It's not the bottom line. Your deal is the messenger to get that message out to as many people as you can.